Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation. It is a Champions League final. We like these, don't we? We're 1 for 2 so far. I feel we're a bit royally mugged off by the French in the last one. That was PSG. This is Monaco. Things could be a little bit different, I hope. I've suited up this time because I feel like that might well have been what jinxed it last time. My laissez-faire attitude did not bode that well. This is quite the outfit, in all honesty. Firstly, this suit is getting bigger and bigger on me, which is not great, but it's fine for these camera shots, but otherwise it's bad. Secondly, it's so hot, I'm just wearing basketball shorts, so like this is the weirdest ensemble you could come up with right about now. So, a couple of games off camera, quickly to talk about, and then we've got Champions League. Ooh boy. First up, a nice 2-0 over Lech Poznan. Gorosito and Orozco with the goals. Kelvin for Posse went off injured, and he's going to miss the final. We've had a lot of this. This happened last time, I swear as well. Players that were final season, bam, the moment you've got a final coming up, oh, suddenly everyone's getting injured. Then it was a 1-0 victory away at Katowice. John Martinez with the goal. Brian Gorosito got injured. Guess what? He's going to miss the final too. And finally, a 4-0 thrashing of Lechia. Nobody got injured in this game, which was always nice. A pair of goals for Blaise Lisic. Vicente got one, and John Martinez grabbed another. So finishing off in style. So in the end, we did win the league, obviously, by 32 points. Unbeaten season, always nice to see, but it's the third one we've done now. So these are just, there's no need for that. Lech Poznan did get second in there with 71 points. Lechia managed to grab third, so they're both into the Champions League. Eventually, Legia slipped down to fifth, as Zag Lubin actually snuck in there and grabbed themselves an automatic Europa League group stage spot for next year. So fair play to them. They've done really, really well this year. Legia, I still think, will be strong enough to probably get into the group stages, provided they get the right draw. And Katowice are getting in there too, although they did fall off a bit towards the end. They did manage to sneak in. So I actually think there's a real chance that we could have, there's a good chance anyway, that we could have 3 and 3. We could actually have everybody get to the group stages of their respective tournaments. I'm pretty pleased with that. Zviggy, top scorer in the division whilst playing for Lechia. The guy's got talent, and hopefully he will move to one of those clubs, because I'm going to release him at the end of the season and hope that he stays in Poland. I think he probably will do, because it's the only league he's ever played in. The other hilarious thing is that obviously since Szczesny was sacked, they've got 10 points in 4 games. And eventually ended up finishing 7th in the end, gaining those 10 points and dropping Cracovia down to the bottom. Łódź also went down, which was a massive surprise, considering how well they started and how well I thought they were going to do this year. But the fact that Skra, under the guidance of Patrick Schick, have stayed up is really, really impressive. They've always been one of those yo-yo teams that would come up and then just go down again bottom of the league. The fact they've managed to stay up, and by 4 points as well, is very, very impressive. Corona obviously walked this part of the league, but yeah, that's still Pogba's fault. And Ajax have invited us into a friendly tournament, which is very nice. Right, we can't really beat around the bush anymore. It's the day, it's the game. Michael Puerdholm is the manager, or Michel, of Monaco at the moment. Yeah. They've got a lot of injuries too, though, but it's difficult to know whether they're actually important players or not. We're actually playing this game in Athens, which is kind of cool. So we'll switch over to this, obviously, switch things around, and then I will have to have a look at this. Obviously, that's not going to be the team. Prado will definitely come in there, and Falvella will definitely step in at the back. But Firmino is going to have to start because Pereira's injured. Lisic in there. Vicente's going to have to start because, well, they're all injured. Unfortunately, Triverio, he's going to be on the bench, surely. But he's not fit enough to start, really. Gorosito's out injured. Fopossi's injured. Pereira, it's not a good start. But I think we're okay. So, Firmino, Lisic, Vicente, Edelberg scored an absolute massively important goal for us, so to be fair. Orozco in the middle. Prado there, Chabal, Favela, Freitas, Albarracin, and of course Iglesias. On the bench, Carroll, wait, is there anyone we need to put on the bench for the safety of... No, I think we're okay with that, actually. So on the bench, Carroll, Olivier, Waterberg, Pimentinha, Veras, Idshak, John Martinez, Rosa, the Lama, Triverio, Apoku, and Sandor Miske, the young Hungarian centre-back. Oh, good lord. I really, really want this one, given what happened last time. And Monaco are playing a pretty standard system, but they do have Van Leuven. This guy is insane. And Ibrahim Poirier is playing. That's disappointing. So, with that in mind, we're just going to take that off and put that on him, because he's their advanced playmaker. Everybody else I'm pretty happy with. I don't know. And also, Gibran Almeida is amazing too. Now, we can take some solace in the fact that these guys aren't even the best team in their division, but they swept aside the best team in their division to get here, and they beat Real Madrid 4-1 on aggregate. I mean, these guys are no mugs. And I just worry that without Pereira, Gorosito, and Fopossi, 3 of our starting 11 are missing for today's game. Edelberg, I just don't know if he's strong enough to be playing. Vicente, I'm completely confident in him. Fanini, I'm pretty confident in him as well, but I just don't know. We know what we're going to do, though. It's going to be a simple strategy. We'll start off playing how we want to play. They're playing a similar approach to how a lot of those teams play, so we've got a back pocket sort of tactic that we could revert to if we need to. But that back line of Almeida and Poirier, we know how good Poirier is because he was great for us. And I can tell you Almeida is one of the best centre-backs in the world right now. Orozco, oh, please use Edelberg. Oh, good stuff, cutting inside. Right, first blood to us with the shots. But we're going to need to be on top form. At least Blaise Lisek is available. Like, at least we've got someone like him around. Edelberg, oh, back to Lisek. Use that right foot. Oh, goes for a Roscoe Vicente. Oh, 3 minutes into the game, and Vicente scores an absolute peach. Who else really was going to do that? A guy that's somehow, I mean, he's probably made 40 odd appearances, but he still feels like a bit part player because he's never the first choice. But the fact is, he's capable of doing things like this, and he's scored 20 goals for us this season. He's probably the second or third highest scorer in the team. Mental. Great start. We couldn't have asked for a better start to this game. Possession-wise, everything's good. No! What a block. Pellegrini. Make your tackle. Oh, Vicente doing his job again. He might be the key for us tonight. Vicente could well be the unlockable key. Oh, Firmino bends one wide. It's tight, but we've got a lot of the ball. Wow, this game is really stagnating somewhat at the moment. And I'm okay with that, considering we're the ones winning it. Prado? Oh, and Edelberg's header hits the side netting. All is looking well. Defensively, good. All right, we've got to win this. Oh, no. The headers have begun. William Goebbels. Oh, what a tackle from Prado. Can he make another one? Oh, he's been caught out here. Pellegrini? Well saved by Iglesias. Prado did really well, though. He's definitely come out of his shell a bit. Wow, half-time, and we've got a lot of the ball. It's a very tight game. I think it'd be easy to criticise Prado as being our weak link, and in some ways he is just because of his inexperience and his lack of ability compared to the other players. But I think the only way we're going to get him better is by continually getting him game time, and I think he can definitely grow into that role. 1-0, it's on a knife edge here. Yeah, again, a little bit too much at the back for my mind. I don't want to go start playing down the wings, but I do want to start playing the ball out of the back a bit more than we have been. I find that just by allowing this passing directness up a little bit, the centre-backs won't just pass straight back to the goalkeeper. They will look to turn and spray in those wingers. This strategy can sometimes work, but tonight, I just feel like we need it, particularly in the second half. Although I do believe that with Pereira in the team, it would be much more important to be able to use this strategy, because he is so good at getting in behind. Firmino isn't quite as pacey as that, and it just allows... we have to be a little bit more sensible in our build-up. Oh, God, an indirect free kick. Vela does really well. Here we go. Vicente, he's got Firmino up there with him, and that's a dreadful ball, but it might allow play ball to cluster to the back post. Vicente's ball. Oh, dear. That was really bad. Like, we've really muffed up an incredibly good attacking opportunity there. But it shows that we're getting those opportunities. Oh, no! Alberto Freitas has really screwed the pooch here. This is going to be an overload to the back post, and he's tried to redeem himself, but now he's out of position. He's got to get back in there. Oh, wow. Huge miss there by Skivez. That should have been 1-1. In all honesty. We've gone from nearly scoring at one end to nearly backing it up, and Vicente again. Orozco? Vicente, oh God. You cannot let that happen. Oh, you piss wizard. What are you doing? Alberto Freitas. All he has to do is go and win the ball in the first place, and now we're down to 10 men, and it's Alberto Freitas with the red card. Get rid of Vicente, because I want to maintain this defensive situation, and move Firmino to the centre of it, like that. And then we're going to bring on someone else here. God. We're going to switch to a cautious mentality as well. I can only see this going one way from this point. Lisek's ball. Lama! Oh, what a save. Lama's with the header. It's just... I just don't see this happening. If we hang on with 10 men for over more than half an hour, it bends it wide. We've still been decent on the night. They've changed their approach to try and really get into these areas, but we might be able to... Oh, God. Look, there's always that man over if they make the right run. Like, look at the space. Van Leuven, saved by Iglesias. Freitas has been pretty awful in today's game. Like, he was bad before the red card, but the way that he basically forced the situation in which he got that red card. Lisek. Turn, and we've got to find a ball in behind for... Oh, he's found Firmino. One touch. Oh, God. He should be scoring there. He really should. That should be 2-0 and potentially game over. One of the ones I might be tempted to make, honestly, is John Martinez at some point, just to give us a different type of player up top. Maybe win some balls for us. Saved by Iglesias again. What the... Oh, dear. 5 minutes to go. We lead 1-0 with 10 men. Iglesias lumps one long. Waterberg might bring this down. He doesn't. Guindo. Alonso. Uh-oh, they've got the overlap. They're going to play it in here. Moutinho. And it's in the back of the net. Joao Moutinho, 86th minute. Monaco find the equaliser, and it's only going to go one way from here, isn't it? We've defended really well for the most part in this match, but it just wasn't going to last. The moment that Waterberg didn't win that ball and they got the ball into the middle, Olivier's just come onto the pitch and he's just allowed him to run off of his shoulder. It's a great finish from Moutinho, but this game is going nowhere but theirs now. Thumped away, and it is going to be extra time for the second time, I think, in a Champions League final we've been involved in. Right, what do we do? We're actually getting quite a lot of joy in the wide areas, particularly on the left. Honestly, I do wonder if going down the wide areas because I'm passing into space because we've got very little in that sense. Distribute to both, though. Distribute quickly. Try to really get going. Orozco's been one of our best players, but I think Albarracin is actually going to be the one to come off for Rursa. I wouldn't say we've been the better team. I think this has been an incredibly even match in the end, but unfortunately I feel like the reason it was evened up is because of the red card, unfortunately. And I just think we're completely up against it now in the situation we're in, and Monaco are surely going to come up with the winner. I want to keep Fernino on as well because he's our penalty taker, and I'd like him to take one if we got to that point, you know. I kind of have a feeling that one ball over the top is probably all it's going to take them. At least we've managed to shore up the defensive side of things, but we really are lacking that extra player getting in there to support Fernino. And I think maybe the way we could get around... Oh, God, Alonso's coming through. Martinez's through. Brilliant block. I think what I might do, actually, is adjust the role that Orozco's playing and make him into an advanced playmaker on attack so that he'll get forward more. I want him to get further forward and also play more direct passes because we need someone to get up the pitch. Half time and extra time. We're doing all right. We're hanging on. But I think that's all we can really do at the moment. Monaco don't look too threatened at the back, and we don't look like we're damaging them particularly. We're just going to have to make the most of it. Maybe create a set piece or something. Walking around out there, Orozco tries to get in there. He can't, but Rursa's got it. Can he find a ball for Fernino? He does. Fernino's in behind. Can he finish this? Fernino! Oh my God, Bruno with the save, and Fernino, those were like the chances. He puts that away and we might well win the Champions League, but he doesn't. How is that not a clear-cut chance, by the way? Waterberg's ball, headed away. Falvella will pick it up. That was our chance, I think. I think we have to score there because we're not going to get many of those, and that was the opportunity. Unless Fernino can dig out a good cross here. Not enough players on the pitch for us at the moment. There you go. Wait, what? I didn't see that. I can't believe it. We've got a penalty in extra time in the Champions League final. And Fernino, who scored so many penalties for us this season, has scored it! It's 2-1 to Polonia Warszawa in the final of the Champions League. And Fernino scores his 27th goal of the season. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know what happened. We've finally got the benefit of the doubt with the VAR decision, and Fernino slips that one home like they're not even there. Right, now we're going very defensive. We're going very defensive, and we are just going to sit for the final 5 minutes of this match and see if we can't get away with this somehow. Vincent, Orozco, Lama. Don't lose the ball. Do not lose the ball. And he's been fouled. Brilliant work there. Just keep holding on. 2 minutes plus stoppage time, and there will be some. Oh my God, we're going to do it. We're 10 seconds away. Wait. We have 5 seconds away, and they've just played it straight out of play. Yes! Come on! Oh my God, it's 2-1, and we've won it again. Monaco 1, Polonia Warszawa 2 in the Champions League final. A Fernino penalty in the 112th minute wins us the Champions League. If there was any player this season that deserves to score the winning goal in a Champions League final, it is Fernino. But the fact that Freitas got sent off and we still managed to win that is ridiculous. How did Martinho get man of the match? What is this nonsense? Jesus Christ. To me, Orozco should have got it. Or Vicente, but like maybe not Vicente because he didn't play that much. But brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, we've done it. Come on. World renowned. Wonder what that achievement does. That's kind of cool. Maybe we got onto the Hall of Fame or something? Celebrating a quadruple. We got 17 million. Freitas is banned. Who gives a toss? Declared one of the greatest evers. There we are. Into 20th place. 20th best manager of all time. 2,400 points on the board. That is quite impressive in all honesty. I've never actually got into the Hall of Fame before, but when you look at it, hey, I mean, 7 Polish Cup wins, 1 second division title, 1 third division title, 1 fourth division title, a Club World Cup, a UEFA Super Cup, 8 top flight victories. Wait, no. 3 Super Cups rather, 8 top flight wins and 2 Champions Leagues has put us on the map. Come on. That's huge. The board are delighted, no doubt. We're going to get that from that. 17 million for that as well. Wow. For the coefficient pool. Bloody hell. So coefficients-wise, 33 points this year. That's the most we've ever got. I think it's coming from those earlier results. And in the end, 13.4 points. We're up to 50 points on the dot. But still, look at that. 29 points off of Italy. It's so far off, it's unbelievable. We've pulled up a huge gap on the others, though, and that is great. So, figured you guys would want to see the other leagues. Obviously, the Polish second tier is still in the playoff spots at the moment, but we'll just have a quick gander at the actual leagues. So, Pogon and Motor actually come up. Motor come up in the end. Fair enough, with Wojciech Fiarczyk playing for them, of course. Down go Piast. They've been relegated again. And there was the team that we played in the final of the Polish Cup. So, they did eventually stay up in the end. Yeah, not great really for Piast again. And then in the third tier, I mean, look at this. This team are in the playoffs and they're 1 point from being relegated. And the team that came 8th are promoted. Over in the Premier League. Well, I mean, Manchester United win it in the end on goal difference over City. Arsenal and Chelsea are getting in there too. Spurs, Everton and West Ham getting into the Europa League spots. So where does that... I mean, Liverpool come 10th this season. That's pretty poor. Fulham stay up. Nice. Down go Bournemouth, West Brom and Swansea. Sheffield United staying in the top flight. Very cool. This is the guy that I was telling you about, Matthew Lamptey. He's the guy that's been smashing goals in for Everton left, right and centre. I mean, just look at the state of this. He's not even a striker. I didn't even realise that. Over in Spain, Barca win the league not fairly comfortably, by 5 points over Real Madrid, and then of course Real Sociedad doing what they're doing, getting more Champions League football. Atletico in there as well, Valencia, Sevilla, and of course Celta Vigo, our boys, doing okay. Any big surprises in there? Huesca staying up, Levante, Real Zaragoza, and Lugo go down. Very, very poorly. Nîmes and Strasbourg are playing in the playoff for the French league to stay in it, that is. As for that, Paris Saint-Germain, of course, winning, get 109 points, because of course they do. Monaco get 93 points. Marseille and Olympique Lyon into the promotion spots, the playoffs, the Champions League spots, of course. Montpellier, Nice, and Lille into the Europa League. Paris FC still doing well in the top flight, though. It's good to see my boys doing well. Lens and Dijon going down, and I mean, Strasbourg, they might well stay up. Well, Frankfurt have beaten Heidenheim 5-0. That much we do know. The question is what that actually meant. That was the playoff, so did they stay up? They did as a result of that. Bayern win the league, to the surprise of no one. Dortmund, Leipzig and Schalke in there. Mainz coming 5th is pretty cool. Wolfsburg and, of course, Leverkusen in there as well. Nuremberg and Hamburg go down, and Frankfurt in the end stay up. Over in Serie A, Inter really have stormed this league. Look at this, 105 points in Serie A is incredible. Like, they are genuinely insane. 1 defeat in 38 games. Milan and Napoli getting in there too. Inter still not really doing much in Europe at the moment, though, which is interesting. Juventus and Lazio grabbing the other spots there. Atalanta also getting a spot too. Parma, Palermo and Cremonese going down. Verona staying up. No real shocks there, I don't think. And finally, in the Eredivisie, De Graafschap have actually qualified for the Europa League, so that'll probably help us in a while. Or maybe they've not finished that. I don't know yet. Feyenoord actually win the league for once, which is kind of nice. Ajax coming second again in the Champions League with RZ and PSV Eindhoven in there too. Down go Venlo, FC Twente, and Fortuna Sittard. Unfortunately, they seem to rock between these two, but Sparta Rotterdam and Cambuur both surviving is pretty impressive. Since we haven't done this season, I thought I'd show you this now. It's a roundup of all the big transfers that were made in the Ekstraklasa this season. Now, obviously, we're involved in most of them, most of the big ones, but the next one, you got Melnikov joining Katowice for £9 million, Ronnie Emmerich joining Katowice for £9 million. They've spent a lot of money this year as well. Good God, they have. 35 million Katowice spent this season. I don't know how they manage it. Antonio joining Legia for £7.5 million. It's pretty big money too. Cars joining Katowice for £6.5 million. We obviously sold Bonavento to Porto there. Leonardo actually left Katowice for £6 million in the end as well. Maxwell joining Lech. That was in January, I think. Yeah, for £5 million in the end. Marcina. Well, actually, Newcastle bought a pair of players off of Legia, so that might explain their slight decline. Another guy moving to Katowice as well. Sklenar went to Hanover for £3.3 million. Legia, they're offloading quite a few players here, these lads. It's interesting. But yeah, that's the big transfers there. So obviously we made most of the big ones, as you would imagine, including Restrepo going to Liverpool. Yeah, I wonder how he's done at Liverpool this season. He's played an awful lot of matches. That bodes well. So, there we go. We lost 1 match this season. And it was against Manchester City, that 3-0 game, which sort of started that revival, if you like, in a way. But we have now won 2 Champions Leagues in 3 years, and that is very, very good. Now, next year, we're pot 1 guaranteed because of our placing. We're going to have 2 teams in the Champions League. I'm liking the look of this. Now, in my head, I'm also thinking we need to sort of look at how because it's going to take us an ungodly amount of time to catch Italy at this point, because we're 29 points coefficient-wise out of that. So I'm thinking maybe next year could well be the final season of this save in YouTube, but I might well continue it as a stream save after that. Because if I do this Huesca thing, which I really want to do, I'm actually going to have more time that is available for streaming, because it won't technically take up as much time in terms of recording, so I'll have more time overall. So we'll be able to continue this in a different format, because I'm just still not done with this yet, but I feel like it would take us at least another 10 seasons probably to slowly but surely whittle away at that. And I just don't think there's enough time for that at the moment, and I do want to try and do something different. But definitely still doing next season. There will still be a season 16. That much I can guarantee. But still, let me know your thoughts, actually. Because obviously, if everyone wants me to keep doing it, I will. But that's just, yeah. So if you have enjoyed this season and us winning the Champions League for the 2nd time, I've never done that in a save before, drop a like on the video. That would be glorious. If we could get to like 250, that'd be pretty cool, I suppose. And yeah, and I'll see you guys obviously analysis video later today, and of course transfer special tomorrow. Got £40 million to spend. I'm looking forward to seeing how the other Polish teams do. I think that they're strong enough to get through to the group stages, and we should hopefully have 3 in there next year. Obviously 2 guaranteed, but I think Lechia will be strong enough to get in there as well, so that'd be really, really nice to see. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I can get out of this suit. Bye bye.